Whether you were a fan of Splatoon since 2015 or just started playing once Splatoon 3 came out, you will obviously have your own opinions on the franchise. After years of surviving on minimum wage, no Splatfest, and Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3 finally came out. We're introduced to a whole new concept, having 3 idols instead of 2, new maps, and Big Run? With all these new added features, there's no way for fans not to love the game, right? Well, we can always start with the maps, and sure, there may be no league, but... Oh, okay. Splatoon 3 at launch was a fantastic game. It sold nearly 3.5 million copies in Japan only in its first 3 days, which is actually the highest launch sale in Japan to this date. Everyone was enjoying the game and having fun with the fresh new gameplay styles like squid surging and squid rolling, plus the new maps and returning weapons were all the rage. Even with all this said though, sooner or later, people did begin to notice the game's flaws. First, the endless grind in this game. Now, I understand a game needing the player to grind for something because it would distinguish them from other players, let's say a golden sticker or maybe even a splash tag. But this is just not the case for Splatoon 3. Rank being locked behind level 10? This is ridiculous. I remember the first time I played Splatoon 3 with my boyfriend. I was immensely excited to play ranked with him. Couldn't wait to show him all the cool game modes, and... what the hell? Wolfland, it's really not that bad. It's just a couple hours of grinding, and you should not have to play for over 5 hours on Turf War in order to unlock the only modes that make this game fun. Okay, sure, players should get to understand the game before being put against actual players with competing skills. Come on! Level 10? Alongside this, Anarchy Open is basically a practice version of Ranked. Your loss here is minimal, if any at all. There's a good reason to lock Ranked behind the wall, but level 10 requires over 5 or more hours on the regular, meaning that if you are not winning at least every single game you play, you're going to take possibly even a week to unlock Ranked if you're a casual player. Now, this isn't the only flaw of Splatoon 3. If anything, it's actually the most minimal. Now that we're on the talk of multiplayer, I do have to bring up the matchmaking in Splatoon 3's overall servers. I mean... if this doesn't show how bad the game servers are, then I don't know what will. And don't even get me started on matchmaking. It should not be possible to have a 10 over lose streak unless your team is absolutely filled with people who have not laid their eyes on a console since the first Atari came out. Beginners should not be put into the position of playing against people that have more than enough experience to basically create a Splatoon esports team if they wanted. It really just ruins the experience of the game overall for beginners and more advanced players. Plus, it's not only a single occurrence either. This has been happening all throughout Splatoon 2 as well. If we combine the god-awful matchmaking with hours of grind for ranked, well, no wonder players are turning away from the game before they even reach level 15. It's half miserable even beginning to play the game. But with downsides, there always has to be something good, right? Well, I don't want to go into much depth of new and revamped maps, but Nintendo, please make the walls inkable again. I mean, there can be some upsides. The 3 new idols are incredibly cool, with an incredibly big fan base. There couldn't possibly be anything wrong with not region locking Splatfests, right? Anyway, I do want to credit Splatoon for their incredible creativity with Splatfest. Seeing your team win, or even just watching the idols dance at night are core memories in my mind that just fog up my nostalgia glasses even further. no matter how bad I may think some aspects of the game may be. But unfortunately, you do have to take those classes off when looking at the game objectively. I, like many, grew up on Splatoon. Spending hours upon hours on Salmon Run or staying up to play Splatfest were some of the best times I had during elementary and even middle school. It's sad seeing so many sides of Splatoon 2 that made it unique be downgraded in the new game. But we should always look at the upsides of it. First of all, the story. Splatoon 3's story is wildly different to the games which follow it. First, we have this unique overworld where the bosses aren't just some household appliances fused with Octarians and some guns. Now, it's Shiver, Fry, and Big Man. We even fight our employer from the previous game. I mean, how cool can that be? I won't go too far into the story mode, as I will always prefer for you to play it yourself, but it is truly one of the masterpieces that made Splatoon 3 worth it. Just like Octo Expansion for Splatoon 2, I do believe Side Order will bring so many new players to Splatoon 3, and well, maybe by the time that happens, we can even hope that some of the mistakes, which are easily fixable by the way, well, are fixed. So, even if Splatoon 3 it does have major flaws that unfortunately Splatoon 2 also had, it's a major refresher in so many ways, whether it be story mode, tricolor battles, big run, or even someday Side Order. All in all, I do believe the game's worth its price and fanbase, but my final thoughts will always remain. A sequel should always outshine the games that follow it. And clearly, Splatoon 3 was able to do such feat, so I do give credit where credit is due. That said though, Splatoon 1 is just far superior